got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. That's never happened to me before. Shit. I've been waiting for you.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Two of you need help. Some folks have a strange idea to entertain.
Damn it.
Feel the wrath.
I pressed the wrong button. I'm so sorry! Bitch.
After a long day of kicking dead-eyed ass, I like to crack open a Shemp's. It's clean, crisp, refreshing, and cheap. Really cheap. Shemp's won't slow you down. Not this guy, anyway. Fewer calories, less filling. Who gives a shit? It's beer.
Yo, we gotta get our ad read in early. Come on, everybody.
Yeah.
We pressed the wrong damn button, bitch. Welcome to Dead Wire Live, everybody. Number 64. We've been going strong for, that's right, 64 goddamn weeks. Very impressive. Got an eclectic cast of panelists, but we got our core for tonight. We got Skeeter, we got Chad, we got Kevin, we got me awake at the right appropriate time and showing up and bright and early and ready. So, Kevin, how you doing, buddy? What you been up to lately?
Oh, work, dude. Fucking got an
Okay.
You know what? Bitch got to pay them bills, so fuck off and quit your judging. Quit your judging. You know what? About that, all I got to say is like I get a lot of exercise and my legs really hurt. And man, I've been feeling it. Yeah. So glory hole.
Work them throat muscles.
Click on that pole, brother. Chad, how you been doing, buddy? We can keep it moving. We don't have to stay on Kevin because it'll be a show long goal of ours.
Yeah. This week kicked my ass. That's all I need to say.
Yeah. It's been a long week, I think, for all of us.
Yeah, I didn't work a day shorter than 10 hours.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ah, real jobs.
They suck.
I wouldn't know. I actually like mine.
Yeah, well, the glory hole tends to work out very well for you. Happy endings all the time.
It's not work when you like it.
Skeeter, do you like your shindig? What you been up to, brother?
Well, I tried calling into my boss, tell him I wasn't feeling it today. You know, I was sick and that, but I knew he was.
So the wife
lying.
wasn't falling for it. God.
No, I can't tell that to myself because I know I'm lying. So that's the sucky part about being the boss.
You are a sticker.
But yeah, it's been a long. Yeah, I didn't make it last weekend, and the weekend before I had a wedding. Then I had last weekend was being the sound guy, and then I got this weekend open, and then I got a reminder from a campground that I usually do music for that they need me instead of Sunday. They need me for Saturday next week, and I'm like, oh crap! So I'll be gone next Saturday, but I'll be on following Saturday, and then I'll be missing for quite a while again.
It was the wedding season.
Yep, wedding season.
Hey, gotta make that money and go have some fun, have some free food and free drinks.
You know what? Exactly. Show them this.
Say, my best friend looks like this, and he's getting divorced right now. Is this what
Dude?
you want?
And I just got a goddamn haircut today, and she cut my ass short, so I feel like I got and I'm wearing a hat.
Give it up, Kev. I'm there too.
Marriage is awesome, y'all.
Love
Anyways,
and marriage, love and
don't forget to take
marriage.
Don't forget to tip.
Together like a horse and
carriage. This I tell
I
your
tell
brother. You can't
You
have
can't
one
have
without
one
the
without the
other.
A barbershop quartet we are not.
And Kevin's just like, God, these three figs,
Yeah.
or what are they doing over there?
He's like,
We're gonna get dinged for copyright infringement. I know it.
not on those, not on those
Come
keys.
on. We're 5 minutes and YouTube don't give a goddamn. And if they do, yo, we're on Rumble. We got 25 follows on Rumble. Kate, come on, get us up, get our asses up to about 100 on Rumble if you're on Rumble. So come on, let's go.
Yeah, we like Rumble. I honestly, I downloaded Rumble a long time ago because I was one of those people that fell into the power slap craze. I loved it. I loved it so much.
Power slap.
The one guy that got his face like completely slapped off.
That was crazy.
So you're the small audience of people that really took to power slap.
Power
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
Smack that bitch.
The funny thing is like you never saw somebody unfocused once they got slapped in the face. They're like, oh,
that's true.
I'm back. I'm here. What happened?
Wait,
Like, it
what?
brought focus right to them until it didn't.
Until it didn't. Oh my God.
So yeah, thank you, Rumble.
We got your back, Rumble.
Yep.
I don't know, Kevin. You want to kick us off with some news, or do you want me to hit us off with something? But we don't talk before the show starts. We don't do show prep. I got Twitter bookmarks that are all over the goddamn place from last week. There's a lot of news, brother.
You know what? Let me get started because
then I can unclick things for the very end.
Well, there's that. Or you could cut me off, whichever. I don't care. So it was a really
So yeah, we lost Kevin this stream. I'm kidding, brother. Get us going.
So lucky I didn't have time to take my shirt off, you fuck.
Kidding. Well, we're going NC-17 on here. But in all seriousness, Kevin, kick us off, brother.
All right. So it was a very strange week. There was a lot that happened in entertainment. There were more deaths and more resurrections this week than I have seen ever. Like, you would have thought we should have had this show for Easter. This would be our Easter celebration. And this isn't.
You're going to talk about Passion of the Christ Part 2? Jesus is risen, brother.
No, I did not get that screenshot, but yes, we can lead with that. They did release the title that The Resurrection of the Christ is the next Mel Gibson movie. And you're just kind of like, I had
Let's
no
go,
idea.
Gibson.
Ooh, clever title, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, there was a lot of real life deaths, some real life resurrections, things to just take into solace and respect. But to point out, these are some of the biggest deaths that we've ever had to cover. In fact, this first one is the biggest. We want to tip our hat and remember Morris, the giant alligator from Alligator. Passed away at over the age of 80 years old and still has the bragging rights of being one of the hardest working actors in cinema. He even took Carl Weathers' hand in Happy Gilmore.
Sad.
Oh, that's okay. That's what I did not remember was the Happy Gilmore part.
Yep. He took Chubbs' hand. They took his eye and they met each other in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I will say this particular gator scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Like, Alligator is one of the first movies I remember watching with my dad on public access TV, where they were just playing monster movies in the middle of the night. And this movie was just creepy. I remember this scene, the lighting for it, like, it was probably cheesier in hell. and I should break out the 4K because I have it, but like it was so real to me as a kid, and I loved this thing. I love alligators still as a result. He got flushed into that big toilet in the sky.
In the sky.
Yep.
Nobody ate people as best as he did.
Yeah.
Guys, bro, you were second in line compared to Alligator.
And he was in like tons of movies and TV shows, wasn't he?
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was very, very well trained, very well worked, and very well.
He was a good boy.
Yeah. Yep. Like Adam Sandler wrote this big, long double paragraph on Twitter, like just talking about all the stuff that they used to do with the alligator on set. When they were bored, they'd go play with the alligator and feed it and shit like that. And you're like, yes.
Yes.
This is true. This is very true.
Don't get too close.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And the end
Don't
of the
be
day,
a
it's still
crocodile expert and find out exactly what happens when you stick your kid in its mouth. I'm kidding. Relax.
Yeah.
Did Michael Jackson do that? That sounds like something Michael Jackson would have done.
No, he just hung his kid over the balcony.
No, he hung his kid over.
Yeah, he tried to dangle his kid off of a 4th-story balcony. That's all.
Look, everybody.
But the kid's fine. Daughter's okay too. If there really is kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
They're undamaged people.
Yep.
Relatively.
Allegedly.
Well, when one of them is named Prince. Just saying.
Aren't they all except for her?
They're both named Prince, depending on how you view Hollywood currently.
I thought it was like Prince Michael the First, Prince Michael the Second, and Paris.
Still a bunch of bitches.
Bitches. Don't derail me so early. All right, we got to move along to the next death because the next death is another legend and it actually matters this time. Bill Cobbs.
Yeah.
This one.
What an amazing actor. What an amazing career he had. Like they tell that joke where who's Sam Jackson? You know that black guy in that one movie? Yeah, that's him. Dude, that's Bill Cobbs too.
Yeah.
Like he was like the most memorable person, soulful person that was a background actor in movies. Like Jeff and I were joking about it, but it's so true. Demolition Man, like you super instantly remember him in Demolition Man.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, straight brother.
Loved him in that. Like his character wasn't stupid. He was the only character in that movie that was relatable to the main character and was not comic relief. And he was amazing at it. And he stood out.
He came from the past to the present and made sense. It's like he was like 20 years old on the police force when Sylvester Stallone's character went to cryo prison. When he came out, this was the older gentleman who's like, I was a rookie when you were around. And boy, did you blow shit up. So he's like, there's one. He was literally the character who recommended they reawaken him up from cryo prison and bring him out. And he's the only one who could handle Simon Phoenix. So let's freaking do it. And it worked. And I love that goddamn movie. Of all the movies that could get a legacy sequel, I swear to God, that's the only one I'd be fully on board for as long as Sylvester Stallone was back. And Sandra Bullock. Benjamin Bratt would come back easy. He's not doing much else other than Star Wars and Andor season 2.
Is he?
And Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
And Rob. Oh, dude, Rob would come back for this shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Now here's the question: get Dennis Leary back?
I think so, but it would be like
you gotta have Dennis Leary back.
I'd have him clean shaven and be more of a political figure in this one. And you can have some fun with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Well, you know, Bill Cobbs knew how to use the 3 seashells, though.
Do you know how to use the 3 seashells, Kevin?
No. I still don't.
That's why you go swear a bunch, get as many of those little slips as you can, and Hope
Yep.
you don't get any paper cuts.
Yep.
No,
don't
that's
take
why I'm
yourself-
getting divorced. Because I don't know how to use the 3 seashells, and you make it anyway.
The only 3 seashells she knows how to use are the ones that don't involve money.
We'll say the same thing I tell my bowels. Moving along. And speaking of bowels, let's get to the fattest person we've ever had to fucking eulogize.
Oh,
yeah,
Mitchell. My
song.
Mitchell.
I've got the song from Final Justice.
I have that movie
Crow and
unripped
Servo.
in my collection on Blu-ray back here from MVD Rewind.
So that joke having been said, I did not say Joe Don Baker. I said Mitchell. And we'll make that explicitly clear, even though he's no longer around to hate Misties. we all love him and he all hates us. So
Yep.
In between there was a misunderstanding of ego. And the unfortunate thing is we all truly believe that in spite of sometimes the movie being cheesy, Joe Don Baker is a fucking grade A actor. He always brought it. Always.
No, yeah, he did.
Never phoned it in. There was never a small role for him. It was always, oh shit, it's Joe Don Baker. Whether it be Congo, Walking Tall, Mars Attacks, whatever. Like he was always, oh shit, it's Joe Don Baker. And certainly in Mitchell. God, what's I'd have to say my favorite of his movies at this point is probably Joysticks. That movie.
Oh God, he was such an asshole in that. It was
Yeah.
great.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
I did like him in James Bond though. He was a
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
Great.
Was he
has
feeling
some good
He's the
chemistry with
American.
Brosnan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like the tattoo of Muffy on his ass.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I love his fucking line in Mars Attacks. Well, if those aliens try to come here, I'll kick their butts.
Or
when
UK
they
Gamer, Mars Attacks is a great film.
damn straight. And when the Martians attack and they show it killed Jack Black on TV, he can't believe it, so he wants him to change the channel so it's not true.
Yeah. That was awesome.
That's not true.
So, golly, this one really hurts. We do love you, Joe. The jokes
He
were
led a
always out
good
of love.
life though.
Yeah.
He made it to 89. Most of us wish we could hit that kind of age.
Yes, absolutely. And he was still working at that age. So, hey,
Yeah.
go him.
Yeah.
Sincerely, go him. And thank you for all the movies, all the adventure, all the laughter,
Yeah.
all the hatred because you were an asshole on film, whether you're the bad guy or the ultra bad guy. Which is funny because he was the bad guy in Leonard Six, but the better person out of the two. So
Yeah.
God,
You keep invoking that goddamn movie.
I gotta watch that again. It's been too long.
same.
I haven't
You know what?
seen it once.
1997.
Then me and Steve will do it then. Fine.
Yeah, we'll do
Fine.
it. We'll do our own episode of it.
And Bubble
Bitch.
Boy.
Yeah.
Shit, Bubble Boy.
Bunch of assholes.
You just got to make sure not to drink anything while watching Leonard Six, because you might wake up not remembering.
Why do I feel like I feel like I fell down the stairs? Where'd this spicy quarter come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I can hear is fucking Bruce Willis. Don't worry about it. You fell down the stairs. I brought you back in and put you into bed. You passed out. Just two guys helping each other out.
Helping each other out. Boy, that sounds pretty gay. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Go see the whole 9 yards. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is another
yeah.
sad one. Sabu. I was not. Was that me or you?
That was me. That's the ECW transition.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, what? I didn't.
Sabu, rest in peace, brother. You
Yeah.
were insane. You were fucking crazy, but you were a character, and I loved watching this man wrestle.
Yeah, I remember him from our childhood. So,
all the clips I'd seen looked like Sparta. Truly, it was madness. It was violent. It was glorified slaughter and battle, and it was not kayfabe. I mean, it was obviously, but they were not fucking around at all. No one accused ECW of being fake ever.
You mean the suicidal, the homicidal, the genocidal madman? Boo! Dude, I'm a wrestling nut. I've been watching this shit since I was like 7 years old. So.
I was trying to remember what his saying was, but now when he said it, it clicked.
I loved him tag teaming with Rob Van Dam.
Damn, yeah.
Freaking awesome. And
Cool.
him on his own was fucking great. He just never hit it off with a major company after ECW. He tried WCW, he tried WWF. They kept screwing him around, and he was also a little bit difficult to work with, but he was trying to protect his goddamn character. And at that point, you had to protect your character, or you're going to get renamed Ubaz in WWE.
Yeah, because they want to own that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot these days. Like, what are they going to call him when he comes to WWE?
But he was notorious. He had a fantastic feud with Taz.
Yep.
That people will remember for decades. And that had a great payoff at the first Barely Legal pay-per-view that they had, where Sabu legitimately got fired from ECW, came back 1 year later for their pay-per-view, and goddamn, brother, it was awesome. And it made Taz, it made Sabu, it made the whole company absolutely notorious after Shane Douglas and Raven did their damage on the ECW brand, creating havoc across the board. Without ECW, we never would have gotten modern day WWE or WCW and what we're getting today with AEW. Attitude Era would never have fucking happened.
No.
ECW is the revolutionary brand that created that.
Well, they had to step up. Otherwise, ECW would have just fucking owned that shit all the which way around.
If only Paul Heyman had business acumen back in those days and didn't short people or run out of money or anything, or, oh, hey, the check bounced.
The check bounced.
If he was able to maintain the monetary level, it would have been night and day. WCW would have still died because it had Eric Bischoff and all that shit going on, but ECW would be reigning supreme today, in my opinion. And let's be real, some of the shit was ultra violent, but it wasn't the whole show. It wasn't the whole entire show. They had a great variety. They had sports entertainment. They had actual legit wrestling with Chris Benoit. Yeah, I know. I'm invoking the name Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Dean Malenko. They had amazing wrestlers, and then they had the hardcore aspects. They had everything across the board. Rey Mysterio and Psychosis. Come on. They had Lucha Libre on here before everybody else did in America. So they did a damn good job.
Yeah, I remember when Raven came about. It was like, wow.
That
I really dug him.
is my dude. When he dies, I swear to God, I'm probably going to cry for a fucking week. Because I remember him as Scotty Anthony in WCW in 1990 freaking 2 or 3.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And then later, he's Scotty or Johnny Polo in WWE, managing Adam Bomb, and then all of a sudden he's in ECW being this grunge dude in a fucking like heavy metal shirt. He's emo. Like what the fuck?
He went full emo, and I was like, dude, that's awesome.
At first I was like, I know who he was for the last like 6 years of his wrestling career. And then it's like, oh wait, he figured it out. And I love his DDT.
Oh yeah, his was really unique. So
the even flow, baby.
Yep.
It was even named after a grunge song. Awesome.
Even better. I know.
Nice.
Jeff's nerding out on wrestling over here. This is what I do in my free time that I don't really stream about otherwise. So
I haven't watched wrestling since the late 90s. And yeah, I remember all the older people. And then when you brought up Raven and Adam Bomb, I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, I forgot about them almost.
Yep. Some are worth forgetting about. Raven is not. And
No.
Sabu, absolutely not.
Sabu is a good one. Taz.
Sabu is a name that'll live for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, did you have any? I'm sorry, we cut you off. Skeeter and I went
No,
crazy here, but
I'm glad you guys did because I don't have that same experience that you guys do. So thank you. Like, thank you for me and thank you for him because I wouldn't have been able to give the same respect.
Well, and there's also some weirdness surrounding his death. So,
yeah, the only
he
wrestler
did a game-changing or GCW wrestling. I don't really watch them, but there's some nefarious activities about like, he wasn't able to actually wrestle, and they somehow convinced him to take some sort of over-the-counter drug of some sort, and within 2 weeks he passed away. So I wouldn't say it's like nefarious, like they killed him, but this might have complicated his health conditions and exacerbated certain things that were going on with him.
Is this like an RFK sort of thing? Like weird.
RFK got voted in, so I don't know what you're talking about with that.
I'm talking about his
weird
fucking weird philosophies of non-medicine. Here, take this instead.
It's the brain worms.
Yeah, it's the brain worms.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thank you, Gene.
That just
Thanks,
that sucks for him. Hopefully, if that is the case, that they are brought to justice for medical negligence. We'll
see about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I know that's just the industry. But that is the last actual death that we have for the show, but we are going to keep going in the direction of death.
More death and destruction. Let's go, baby.
And wrestling. So I apologize. This one hurts. I don't like this one. And
yeah.
I don't have a joke for this because JR has brought so much to the industry. And he's going to fight a battle that so many people fight and so many people should not have to fight. And my heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to his family. And I hope there's either a speedy recovery or he's not fighting as long as he needs to.
Yeah. And he is still employed by AEW, who are paying quite a few of his bills right now.
Which is awesome
giving him
because
a current paycheck, and they're taking care of a lot of his expenses. So that should not be lost. They say WWE legend, who is still currently employed in AEW wrestling, and they're taking care of this man.
And it's worth noting that WWE would have let him go by now.
Oh yeah,
they would have not paid his bills. The last time he had a medical emergency, they fired him immediately.
Yeah, he's been working with AEW for like the better part of like the last like 5-6 years. So, I mean, they don't use him as well as they probably should, but he still commentates and he's still on payroll. They keep renewing his contract and he's very happy with it. So,
yeah. And he's marvelous. He's an absolute marvelous, brilliant mind in this industry. Like, there's nothing about wrestling or barbecue or fucking college football that JR cannot fucking tell you about for hours and hours and hours. Like, he's marvelous and brilliant.
And UK Gamer has a great comment. Now, this guy I recognize. Now, we understand Sabu is not familiar to a lot of people, but with JR, like, whether you started in freaking 1982 with Mid-South Wrestling or WCW NWA in 1984 going forward till about 89 when he joined WWE, went back to WCW, came back to WWE.
Yeah.
He's been off and on with all major wrestling organizations for the better part of like 40 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's been on every kind of wrestling program since I remember as a kid.
He knows his value and he has a lot to contribute. He's a wealth of knowledge and Howard, Jim, bro, break that goddamn table in half. By God, bust that cancer in half.
You know, I want to say JR is the first wrestling commentator that really brought validity to the voice of color commentating for wrestling, for sports entertainment. Like
him and Tony Schiavone for me, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah, and then Joey Styles later in ECW.
Mm.
Those are three on my Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry. Anybody else before that is before my time. I can't talk about that.
I would have said Michael Cole, like JR. Michael Cole.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude!
No. I'm talking about somebody that's able to run the fucking mic and sound professional, like a newscaster, not somebody.
Well, Michael Cole was a newscaster.
Yeah, and then he found the big money. But you know what? In his defense, he did go to Iraq, so I'm never going to say a bad word about Cole, except for shut up, Maggle.
Shut up, Maggle. No, this is sad for Jim though, but definitely got sympathies and total support from me.
And
you need to buy if you need us to buy your barbecue sauce, free sponsorship, go to Jim Ross's website, everybody. I'll put a link in the description down below before the end of the stream.
And it is worth noting that there is a link between colon cancer and red meat. That being said, let's move along.
Jesus. Hey, Tucker and Dale. Goodbye, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no.
The director of Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, Eli Craig, says that David Zaslav is the death and murder of modern cinema.
Boy, he's being polite.
Wow.
He is, because it's like Paul Dini said, he's not worth titles like that. He's not worth the effort. He's nothing. He's not an expert in entertainment. Shouldn't have his fingers and his say-so anywhere near Warner Brothers Entertainment, their catalog or their future. So this really sucks. There was going to be a TV series with the original cast continuing the lives of Tucker and Dale. David Zaslav said no and kiboshed the whole fucking thing. Like they were moving right along into production.
I still need to see this original movie to begin with.
It is wonderful.
You've never seen? Wow.
So fucking funny.
I've seen clips. I don't own it and I kind of want to. It's cheap on Amazon. I know I could probably get it, but I'm trying to be good with money right now.
Okay. Can we put this on the list for when we do Club
Putting
Dread?
it down.
No, let's take off Scary Movie and let's put this on. Because everyone's seen Scary Movie and not everyone's seen Tucker and Dale.
Oh, this is a classic that was introduced to a good friend of mine named Andy. He's like, you got to watch this. And I'm like, okay. So I looked it up and I watched it. I'm like, oh my God. Yes. This is, he was my movie buddy. For
is this
movies
like Shaun of the Dead, but American a little bit?
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, because he was my movie buddy when my wife didn't want to go see movies like this.
That sounds like my wife.
And his
shit.
Yeah, and his boyfriend doesn't like movies like this, so him and I would go and would just enjoy the movies that we liked. So this is one of them. He went and saw it. He's like, "You got to come see this." I'm like, "Okay." So it was awesome.
Yeah, I need to see this.
Is it streaming anywhere?
Yeah, UK gamer. We know.
Gene, that's probably going to be Max. Let me double check that.
Oh, for Tucker and Dale, there's the movie should. You know what? If they're talking about rights, that might be on there. But they do tend to sell their movies off to other streamers and whatnot. It might actually be on Tubi for all I know.
Roku. Wow. Okay.
Did you do where to stream or what are you looking at?
IMDb.
Okay, you know what? I got this. You the actual leading the stream because this is your goddamn show, you little bitch.
Shut up.
Go back to the glory hole, Kevin.
Fuck you guys. I want
to fuck you too. All right, everybody. It's on Apple TV and Flix Fling for a rental. Otherwise, it is on Prime Video. You can watch it there. Plex, it's on, and Roku channel free with ads.
Wait.
And it is delightful.
It is a wonderful movie.
That's our next movie night.
Yeah, highly,
Maybe
highly.
we'll make
recommend.
that a watch along as we get to that month,
Ooh.
because we're starting to incorporate watch alongs very soon on our channel. We were trying to make one work this month. It's probably going to be next month when we actually make it work, because it's Friday the 13th month next month.
Ah.
And we're super excited to do it because we've been talking about this for almost 3 years, and now we're like, let's do it. Yes,
we're gonna do it, baby. Spoiler alert, that Wired Live exclusive.
It's kind of funny you say about Friday the 13th wedding I got to do on the 14th. They do not want to do rehearsal on Friday. They're doing it Saturday morning.
What?
Don't they know that that's the most unluckiest day of the year?
It's Saturday the 14th, bro.
Yeah, I know. So I told them that, and they're like, "Don't, can't do it. Friday the 13th. That's bad luck. Bad luck." I'm like,
dude, Friday the 13th have always been super lucky for me.
So have I.
always
I found
have
great
been.
for
It's
me.
funny.
I was walking down the street one time, and there was $100 bill on the ground. Then a couple years later, I found a 50, and then it's like,
Yeah, I found a 50
I find
one
money
Friday
a
the 13th,
lot.
and I'm like,
It's like,
after
damn.
that, boom, it's glory days.
Yeah.
I got a promotion once on a Friday the 13th.
Nice.
Was that okay?
Well,
Or
yeah.
was that okay? Or was it kind
Oh,
of
the
like,
promotion, yeah. And then, hell, Gene and I got engaged on a Friday the 13th.
Hey.
brother?
Nice.
Right on.
Wasn't planned, but hey, it worked.
So you said yes, Chad. Congratulations, brother. I'm kidding.
That's
Chad.
awesome.
No, but
Bill
we'll
Paxton
add
Day?
Tucker and Dale to the schedule, and
Nice.
it'll be a fun one because I need to see it. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it once, like I said, and I convinced my wife to watch it. And the fact that she liked it was a testament. Like I didn't know if she was going to like it or not.
She
I
likes
didn't know
none of these fucking movies.
No, she doesn't. And she fucking like laughed the entire time. She's like, "Oh my fucking God."
Yeah, it's kind of like, best way to put it is like they're making fun of the horror genre of like Scream and a couple others. So like, oh, these
Dude, you
kids
just
are going
sold
to
me.
stop. And Alan, oh my God, he is awesome in this too. He's like the both of them.
Alan
actually are.
Tudyk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that was freaking him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Holy
he
shit.
makes this movie so much.
I knew that was Tyler over there, but like,
Yep.
oh my, I didn't
Both
realize
of
that.
them. That's the funny part is these two are the most logical people, but yet they're hillbillies or
Yeah.
rednecks. But they are the two most logical people in the whole movie. That's the funny part.
I'm on
And
board. Okay, we're doing it.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil
actor,
anything.
The actor chemistry is fucking amazing.
Oh, awesome.
Everyone's chemistry works.
Yeah.
So,
And unfortunately, they canceled whatever TV show they were intending to. And when Zaslav came in, he was like a bull in a china shop. Canceled a bunch of shit he probably shouldn't have. And Tex wrote off this, that, and the other. I know what he's trying to do. It ain't working, bro. But you are starting to stabilize now. But you got more problems going on than just fucking canceling a show that actually could have actually made you money.
Yeah.
Let's change names of our goddamn app to a name you just had 2 years ago.
turns out people really did like it.
Never should have fucking dumbass bitch. Jesus Christ.
Don't hold back, Jeff. Tell us how you really feel.
Fucking asshole. Screw this dude. Seriously. Yes, he gives AEW a nice little sweet deal, but only because the NBA kind of backed out on some of their deal. And the NHL's like, you know what? We'll stay with you. So there's money freed up. So they give the AEW deal. Hey, great. What about the rest of this shit? One deal ain't going to forgive you for all the shit you've been putting the rest of your company through for the last 3 or 4 years.
put the Looney Tunes back on there and
Yes.
restock
Yeah.
your DC selection again because they
Yes.
gutted the DC selection. You used to be
Oh,
able to go
we
through.
went thrift store shopping. I got some DC movies here. They're the Lego DC movies.
You got those. I was going to buy you the set. They've got an 11 movie set for $20 that I was going to get you. So, okay, you already got that then.
I'll be 1 second. I'll actually go grab them.
You are going to love this so much. Oh, he's gone. Let's make fun of him. He's got
needs to have his
weird looking
headphones on,
toes.
You don't know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. He could. Hi, Jeff.
Maybe stopping by the glory hole to make sure it's all nice and clean.
Right. He gets all finicky about that shit. Like he gets all white glove and not a
Hey,
love
come on.
glove.
I picked up all that industrial strength cleanser. You're telling me you're not using it? God damn. This
All
is
that
the good
Prel?
bleach.
I had a neighbor that used to live upstairs from me that was a former porn actress. And she would always joke with me about going down or like basically tossing somebody's salad. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty good on that. I don't. Hey, that one's good. That's part 3. Part 4. Love it. That one's really good. Oh, that's a pilot.
Nice.
That's a pilot.
A pilot, is that for the Justice League show?
Yep.
Yep. That's
Oh shit. Amy found this and she's like, hey, we need to get this. I'm like, well,
okay,
sure.
No, it's good.
It's very good. Yeah.
Well, I have the show on Blu-ray. It's like, oh, well, I guess I rebought something I already have in the collection.
I have it too.
But this is in really good condition. Like, these are like $5 each, but I actually got them like buy 2 get 1 free. So I was like, fuck it, whatever.
Good deal.
Yeah. And those Lego movies are stellar. The one
She was like, you really bought those Lego movies? I'm like, woman, are you new here?
I get that all the time. I was like, why are you buying those? I'm like, I need
to
have
find
you met me?
the
Yeah. Have you seen the wall of movies? Or 3 walls of movies?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, if I do a room tour in here, which I know people probably want to see, I'm like, man, it's a fucking mess for my bookshelves.
Yep.
Kevin looks meticulous compared to my goddamn shelves.
And there's more on that side too. So yeah.
If I turn the main light on, I could turn the camera over there, but I might lose the camera. And Mike, have a safe trip, brother. Welcome back to the United States.
Yeah.
You can go back to China in whenever you need to head back, but glad to have you back, brother.
Safe
Yeah,
travels,
man.
One of our best mods on this channel. Just saying.
Yeah.
Got a problem? You
Welcome
talk to
home.
Mike.
You're gonna have to send me this clip because I've been trying to find it on Variety, but there's so much on there.
Which one?
The one that you got on with Alan Tudyk.
The Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, Tucker and Dale. You have to send me that snippet.
I will. They are just fucking amazing together. I love them, and I will always sit and watch Alan Tudyk. Like everything he does.
We just did Resident Alien, despite me like spacing out for like the last 20 minutes for a goddamn show on last night.
So glad you guys are finally watching it. I was watching it live every time it came on. So
I wanted to watch it as it was airing because like it sounded so interesting, and of course now in hindsight it is.
Yeah,
I remember the comics from Dark Horse Comics,
which is what it's based off of. Yeah.
Yep. I saw one. I picked it up and I was like, oh. At the time, I didn't have enough money for it, and I wish I did. And then the show came on, and now I can't find the comics anywhere.
Yeah,
they're really hard to find
because they're older. They're older, but I just grabbed my humor right away. Because like in the show, you see all the little cartoon drawings of what's good, what's bad. Those are from the comics. So
okay.
Oh, that's
cool. It makes a little more sense.
They redid them, and but that's what the comic book was like too.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace, Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe another streamer, but that's probably not going to happen.
Come on, Netflix.
Reaper was supposed to be really good. I never saw it.
It was okay.
The
I
pilot,
liked it, but it wasn't great.
yeah.
Same.
I heard it peaked and then went downhill.
Kind of like the Bondsman.
Mm-hmm.
This Bondsman?
Yep.
I had a much better slide set up for this. Same background, but it had a womp womp in front of it. So we'll just say womp womp. Jeff was right.
I told you, I watched like the first 3 episodes, and it's just kind of, it's okay.
Yeah, I didn't even bother when you told me how bad it was. I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
same.
stay
Kevin
away from
Bacon
it."
was fine. Everything else was just. I never finished. I couldn't. It didn't grab me enough. I give shows a 3-episode chance, 5 at most.
Mhm.
3 if it's like, okay, you're maybe starting to turn the corner. But at 3 episodes in, I was like, I'm out. I'm done.
That's super generous by my standards.
Yeah.
I do not do a full round if 5 episodes in and you're screwing me around. Like Resident Alien, by comparison, first 3 episodes, this is kind of interesting. All right. By episode 5, okay, you won me over. This one, by episode 3, I'm like, you're not even interesting to me. And I like this kind of show. And Kevin Bacon was fine, like I said. He's not the problem with the show. It's the writing.
That seems to be the fucking shtick these days because everyone's using AI.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And UK Bondsman is not worth watching. Don't even bother, brother. You're just gonna get mad and not even finish.
Yeah. So we'll be skipping that one on NTV.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin.
There's way too many shows that are getting canceled. We can't keep up with all that shit.
Yeah. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know what? There was like 14 of them last week from Peacock alone or from NBC.
Oh God, Hysteria with Bruce.
Yeah.
I still haven't even started to watch that one.
Same.
I want to, and I've heard it's actually decent. It's a Bruce Campbell show. They all get fucking canceled sooner or later.
Usually after the first season, but yeah.
The only one that's never been canceled for Bruce was Burn Notice. And that wasn't even a horror sci-fi show. That's why. It was a spy show.
And I know everybody loves that, but God damn, dude.
I love that goddamn show. He was great in it.
Yes, he's great in everything, but I miss my Briscoe County Jr. I miss Jack of all trades. Was that highbrow fucking entertainment? No, but it was entertaining.
And yet you neglect like a little bitch Ash versus Evil Dead. Get the fuck out of here. You know how we started this goddamn channel and show.
I know, but you know what? The Daring Dragoon.
I'm teasing.
Daring Dragoon. So another adventurer that is
baby got canceled.
Amazon canceled Tomb Raider before it even got started.
Wow.
Good. They've been trying to start this shit for like 3 years.
That's what I hear. Like this is a Blade situation where they couldn't get it going and they're just like, you know what? This is way too much effort and just gave up.
They paid her. She never turned anything in.
Really? Is that the writer or the showrunner?
That's the actress and the executive producer and potentially one of the stars of the show. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who was also in the final Indiana Jones movie that absolutely everybody hates, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Dissentry.
That's why I know that name. Okay.
Boy, I'm glad I haven't watched that one.
It was tough.
Should I say dysentery?
Yeah. That was
or diarrhea.
To watch. Yeah, diarrhea is better.
Is there a lot
I couldn't even make 10 minutes. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this fucking movie? I'd rather watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skull over this shit every day.
Yeah. I've seen the movie and I still don't remember 90% of it. That's pretty bad, you know. And I remember all kinds of stuff from every kind of movie. But that one, I can't remember much except for a couple of things. Crystal Skull, I remember more of than Dial of Destiny. It was just,
swinging along with monkeys and killing giant anthills. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But Phoebe Walter Bridge, this was supposed to be a modern adaptation of the more modern movies rather than the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to get that kind of a storyline, which nobody wants to freaking see that. We already had one movie that was okay that did the adaptation of the original movie. This was supposed to be a show that was supposed to do the same damn thing. They couldn't fucking figure it out. And she never turned a goddamn thing in, and she got paid for a production deal on it.
Jeez.
Good
God.
Yep.
I mean, hey, good work if you can get it. Get paid and don't have to contribute anything.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's that sweet Amazon Prime money, yo.
She'll get sued for it and probably go to jail.
Like Diddy.
I'm
kidding.
Steve, if you wanted to know why you can't remember seeing Indiana Jones 5,
let's see what do you got here.
Repressed memories, also known as traumatic dissociative amnesia.
Like Gene said, trauma response.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, Kevin wins. Kevin wins.
I tip my hat to you, sir.
Thank you.
Good job.
There's going to be all sorts of dissociative personalities coming out to protect Steve.
Hey.
We'll see in about 5 minutes if they come back around on you, though.
95% of the voices in my head are agreeing with you right now.
The other
mine are
5%.
too.
The other 5 are like, yeah, fuck it.
Welcome to Dead Wire Live, everybody.
Yeah.
So now we come to the point of the show where we have resurrections. And I want to start off with a biggie and say, he is risen, baby girl. Michael J. Fox is back, but he's not actually standing, so don't get too excited. He is coming back to acting, and he's coming back to the show Shrinking. Season 3 of Shrinking.
No, this show.
It's not bad. It's really not bad at all.
Okay.
It's
is that Harrison Ford, by the way?
Yes, and Jason Segel, and they're very good together.
Jason Segel. Oh.
It works. It's mostly a show about a psychologist, but it's I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's clever. It's quippy. It's not a sitcom. It didn't sound too debaucherous when I was listening to it. My wife watched it. I didn't actually sit and watch it. I listened to it while I was.
I see how you now explain everything.
Shut up. It wasn't the worst thing. I'm just bad. I'm bad. I'm glad to see Michael J. Fox back. I'm always happy to see Marty.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and then a resurrection before it even gets fucking killed again. Check this out. Fallout 3 has been renewed for season 3 before season 2 even comes out. They are
almost
super excited about that.
Yeah, I like that show.
I could not get into it.
I understand that as like a normie. I never really played much of the games beyond the original Fallout.
Yes, I never played any
It was
of them.
okay.
That's probably what my problem
I
is.
didn't mind the show. It was definitely a little off. It wasn't exactly as great as everybody said, but as somebody who doesn't know the story, it was all right.
So yeah, I played quite a few of the games, and I love the soundtrack to the show. The soundtrack is fucking amazing. I think that's what's got me hooked into it the most. Yeah, it's not the kind of show for people who don't understand the games or never played them at all. Like even
it works for me.
Every episode they're showing the title different, and they're making them the same way different games that came out. So I it's like, oh, that's a cool little touch, you know.
Well, and we're going to New Vegas in this next season?
Yeah. So
that was the last one that I played, and I only played like an hour of it. But I really liked part 3.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited for this because I do dig it. I mean, it's not the best
mean, I'm
video
gonna
game to TV, but it's still really good.
I watched half
Skeeter-
of it and I really had fun.
Well, come December, a couple of us at least watch it. Could talk about it then.
I'll be
Yeah.
back by then.
By my clock, yeah, probably.
Yeah, November. Everybody will see me.
Ish.
I got a couple of spots I can pop in every now and then, but
That's cool.
yeah.
Oh man, now I'm thinking of Sam Kinison, where he'd find people that were engaged in the crowd. You're engaged? You're gonna get married? You see my face? You see this face? It's gonna be your face.
So exciting.
All right. So also coming back for a season 3, American Gladiators.
With the Miz, baby.
This is just fucking awesome. That's the only way to say it. It's fucking awesome. We're long past at 7 minutes, so I could drop the F-bomb now.
Damn straight, brother.
Mike Mizanin, The Miz, is going to be hosting the most recent or most current incarnation of American Gladiators, stepping in for the previous host, which was Hulk Hogan, who's really not in favor of just about anybody at this point. So I am super excited because like The Miz can own a mic like nobody's business, and he is entertaining. He is relatable to people because he's not the megastar wrestler. He's much more of a normal person, for lack of a better term.
Scooby-Doo, for crying out loud.
Was he in Scooby-Doo? Oh, he was the cartoon, wasn't he?
Yeah, when they did it with the
Scooby-Doo.
Superstars.
Well,
He was like the main one.
My favorite thing that he did was Sirens. He did a cameo spot in Sirens, and it was
Really?
fucking yes. He's working out on a leg press, and he like pulls his quad or something like that, and he can't get off the machine without crushing himself.
Jeez.
Anyway, yeah, if you haven't seen Sirens, definitely check that out. It's not sci-fi; it's comedy EMTs. So, but I am super excited for American Gladiators. I am a big fan of that show. I loved it as a kid. I loved it as a 20-year-old when Hogan and Ali were hosting it. That only had 2 seasons, and it had a pretty decent premise. If you win, you're going to be a gladiator next season. And they took the two winners, and they made them into gladiators the next season. And those 2 fucking kicked ass. They were better than some of the people they brought in as gladiators, just hire-ons.
So are they still feeding the gladiators steroids and cocaine?
I hope so.
Or is that just the 80s and 90s? Yeah.
That was just the 80s and 90s. And if you guys have not seen it, you guys at home, I know Steve, you've seen it, but there is a documentary. I can't remember what it's called, but it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it's all about like just these guys were kings for 18 months, and they were on cocaine straight for 18 months, and they were on tour beating the shit out of people. It was so cool.
Yeah, just cocaine and steroids. That's all they lived off of.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
That doc was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Let's friggin' go.
Well, I mean, there's a couple times they almost killed people because of how pumped up they were on cocaine and the steroids. It was like a couple of them had to get fired because of how violent they were getting. And like before they go out, they're like, "Yeah, today's the day. I'm going to kill one of these guys." Like,
Puck.
Like, yeah, okay.
This couldn't kill a goddamn fly.
Let me introduce you to marijuana. That'll calm you down.
It's a downer, everybody.
Yeah.
Just saying. Have a brownie.
This is
Chill
my
for
girl.
Like the next hour, you'll be okay.
This is my lady friend Loreza Pam and her 5 sisters.
Oh shit!
She's a lot of fun.
This will also be the second reboot they've tried with American Gladiators.
Or is it the third?
It's
wasn't
not
there...
the first one, but they did have one with Hulk Hogan, and now this one.
Okay.
So this is 2 reboots.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I refer to it as season 3, for lack of a better term. But yes, it is the second reboot. And again, hopefully this one sticks. Like, it's not an expensive show other than like insurance. So it's not like they have to pay out the nose like they do. They love reality TV. So I'm sure this will last for more than 2 seasons. At least I'm hoping anyway.
Bring
It's
back the
Amazon,
tennis
so you
ball gun.
That was
Oh,
the best.
yeah.
Assault was the best. I
God,
always
I
wanted
love
to
that.
shoot that.
Just saying.
Yep.
Like it was so unfair. They had this high-powered fucking tennis ball fucking cannon,
Yeah.
and everyone else had like Nerf guns. Like,
Yep.
fuck
Yep.
off.
And you
This
had
is
to
true.
fucking keep diving for cover.
Yep.
Oh,
Like,
God.
the little arrows
love
they
that
had to
goddamn
shoot were
film.
like flaccid.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Like, yeah.
Like the javelin on Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
Goes with his limp wrist throw.
It looked like a horse javelin when it would fucking hit it would hit target and nothing would happen. It would just like bounce off. And you're like,
yeah.
Dude, that sucks. They got robbed.
Lambda, and Omega Moves. We're here on stage tonight to do a show for you. We got a rockin' rhythm and a high-tech sound that'll make you move your body down to the ground. We got Poindexter on the violin, and Lewis and Gilbert will be joining in. And I'm going to stop there. Dude, I have seen that movie so many freaking times.
I introduced that movie to all my kids, and they all loved it. Same with Police Academies.
Oh,
that movie they
will
would
watch
never
it.
air today
Academy.
because of one particular scene.
Oh yeah, the moonwalk.
No, the grape scene.
Yeah, on the moon. Watch it again. You'll
Walk it back, Kevin.
So let's get to the King of Resurrection, shall we?
Right.
Now I know we talked about the resurrection of the Christ, but the big guy is actually coming back again. That's right. Our good friends from Womp Stomp Films are doing a fundraiser, or excuse me, Jeff, what's the right word for this? I can't speak.
Crowdfunding, Kevin.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Oh, Jason Voorhees, Paint Camp Crystal Lake, Red, and his first animated Friday the 13th fan film in Ghost in the Fog. Or, I'm sorry, Ghosts in the Fog. Yeah. Absolutely check out their Kickstarter. Absolutely. We totally support Vincente. I'm sorry, dude, Vinny, we love you, brother. We want to send everybody over. I always say your name goddamn wrong to begin with, but send it over to Vinny DeSanti. And, you know, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, like the designs that they show or that he's shown so far on the Ghost Files have been really fucking neat, like super neat.
Did you see on Twitter, they have actually, he put up a post about like, this would be what Womp Stomp would do with a Jason mask going forward. Jason 13, Jason 13 universe, whatever it is, they had a fantastic killer. I'm like, bro, put these guys in fucking charge right fucking now.
Well, that being said, this is the design that the Jason universe just put out of what Jason's going to look like going forward. And this is concept art, and it's pissed off a lot of people.
Because it feels more like 2009 Jason Voorhees is what it feels like.
Is that the reason why it's pissing people off?
I think so. And that's just my opinion. It's not fact. It has nothing to do with Never Hike Alone or any of the fan films or anything else. This looks a lot like 2009 Jason with a different mask.
Yeah.
Because he had the shirt, the button shirt with a t-shirt underneath.
Yeah, I was going to say that mask is throwing me off.
Yep. It's like a part 3 mask with a 2009 Jason.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Derek Mears was fucking great. I actually really like that remake, but I think that's what people have a problem with is why are we going with the remake instead of something traditional or something very new?
There wasn't anything
you ain't gonna
wrong with
win
the
with
remake
this shit.
design.
You never can.
No, the remake design was fine.
For what it was fine. He looked better
was stupendous. And I'm getting that 4K with Jason Goes to Hell on Tuesday, so I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Thank you, Arrow Video and Cliff McMillan. Just saying.
I want to see the nipples fall off the robot or the android in Jason X in 4K.
Oh god, that was so funny, bro.
God. That movie's a fucking trip.
I want to see a cryo kill, baby. In
Yes.
4K.
Oh, best
With-
kill in the whole fucking movie.
With my earbuds in.
It's such a stupid fucking movie, but it so works.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I'm a huge fan of that movie.
I love that movie.
I saw it in the theater. I got excited when I first saw the trailer for it on YouTube.
June's going to be a fun month, everybody. Just
Yep.
saying. I want to stay tuned to us.
You know who I think is going to end up having those, or where we'll being end up able to watch those, is on HBO Max.
Ooh.
Yeah, look
Let's
who's
take
back,
it
baby.
to the max.
Wow.
HBO Max.
Max is changing its name back to HBO Max. It's going back to the name we love with half of what we want.
Never should have changed
no.
it.
Yep.
HBO is a brand, and it's been a brand for like 35 fucking years. Just saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, same as Discovery. Like people people don't
No,
respect
no,
Discovery
no.
any longer, but
Discovery ain't been a brand for more than like 15 years.
Mm.
Dude,
Really?
it's all just reality shows and conspiracy shit.
They've
Well,
been
at this
around for
point-
maybe 20, but they haven't been a name brand for more
Yeah.
than 15 years.
Or am I thinking of the fucking Learning Channel? I think
Learning
of the
Channel.
Might
Learning
be
Channel.
thinking of
Because it's the
that.
same thing.
They're both like
Yep.
that.
At this
Yep.
point, yes. Like I can't stand Shark Week any longer. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
not good anymore.
Little people, big world. Come on. We know you watch the Duggars too, Kevin.
No.
We're not
I
allowed
know.
to talk about things like that on YouTube, I thought.
Okay, let's keep it moving then.
Right. So, what else happened here? Oh, Hulu is bringing back a classic. We got a poster
Oh,
this week
damn.
for the revival of King of the Hill,
I heard about this.
featuring with most of the original cast. I don't think anyone's been recast. Anyone that's no longer with us is just not on the show anymore. I don't know what the story is going to be about that. But Mike Judge is not the type of person to disrespect a character or an actor.
No,
No,
absolutely
he ain't gonna
not.
Wakanda forever. This shit.
No,
'Cause-
no.
Yeah, because Tom Petty died years ago now, so
Yep.
he's
And
not
Mike-
going to be on it.
Mike loved him. Everyone
Oh,
loved him.
absolutely.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
great.
they'll
on
pay
it.
tribute to him. I know
Mhm.
they will.
Yeah, Lucky and Luann will have a send off of some sort because they didn't
Yep.
get one in the original
Mhm.
series. So, and I really liked Lucky and Luann. They were
Yeah,
they were
it was the
fucking funny.
best.
Is it me? I'm gonna say this because when the show first aired, I wasn't interested, but as I got older, I actually found it more interesting. I don't think it hit me at the age that I was at when this show aired. Like,
Mhm.
I felt like this was more of more for a show for adults than for
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, it
And
was.
as an adult, I totally appreciate it. This show is freaking great. But when it first aired, I'm like, this is like the dumbest fucking show. I'm just not interested.
I think part of the problem is everyone expected this to be young Mr. Anderson from Beavis.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's what I thought too.
With more of a Beavis and Butthead mentality,
Yep.
as opposed to what you got. I mean, because
Right.
this
Which
was
was a very smart show.
very smart show, very
Oh, yeah.
mature show, and I don't mean that like content wise. I mean just like, just how do I put this?
They tackled serious subjects. This show just happened to be animated. Like
Yeah,
it was
they
a
tackled
good
serious subjects, but they took it seriously. They didn't turn everything into like a lowest common denominator joke.
Yeah.
Which, hey,
Yep.
that shit's funny. I mean, I love Beavis and Butthead still, but this was one of those shows where they could do that and they could do it seriously.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and like there's an entire episode on Hank having an impacted colon.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
And, and it sounds funny to say, but if you've ever had that sort of pain in your middle age, and again, Jeff, to your point, we have no fucking clue what that is in our teens and 20s.
Yep.
But in your 30s and 40s, you're like, oh, now I get that. That's why he was just
Mhm.
sitting there for so long.
Yep.
I remember that episode
saying.
too.
Yeah.
This show taught
Well, I
me how
watched
to
this
keep-
like 10 years ago, and I'm like, wow, this is actually really good. As opposed to like when it first aired, I'm like, the fuck? This ain't my kind of show.
Yep. This show taught me to keep sand in my pocket. So you got pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
You seen that where the gorillas are fighting and the one gorilla throws sand in the bigger one's face so it can run away?
Are you talking about one gorilla versus like 100 men right now?
No. This is like at a zoo. There's a smaller gorilla fighting with a bigger one, and it throws sand in the bigger one's eye.
Yeah, okay.
And then it runs off, and then they go to Dale going, pocket sand. If I find it, I'll send it to you guys.
I like Mike Judge, so his work always checks.
Always good.
Always.
Somebody said that the two new seasons of Beavis and Butthead, so I think it's what, seasons 13 and 14?
Yeah.
I think so.
That those were the best seasons that they ever did. I'm like, for true?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah,
because he finally got to come back to do it again with more experience on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were probably more story driven at this point than they were required to be back in the 90s.
Than they ever fucking were back then. They were more MTV shorts is what they were back then.
Yeah.
They still do that a little bit.
I am Cornholio.
Yeah, except for they were watching 16 and Pregnant.
Yeah.
The
new seasons where it keeps jumping between them being young to middle age to old. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
I don't know. See, back in the day, all I cared about were the video riffs.
Yeah, those two. The movie that they came out, the new movie that came out, I got that, and that was pretty good too.
I don't think I bought it.
There's a newer movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Isn't that one
accidentally
where they had,
get time travel to our time now.
Oh, that.
Yeah, and then there were like those two hyper evolved Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
Yep. From an alternative reality.
Yeah, where they were like fucking
and they're
brilliant.
So stupid. Oh yeah, but they weren't.
I got as far as them being at not science camp, space camp, and I was fucking dying.
What's funny is what got me into Beavis and Butthead was the movie Beavis and Butthead Do America. And then I went back and I watched the show because I never really knew about it before then.
Yeah. I remember watching when it first came out. It was like a couple months after it came out. Like kids at school were telling me about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll check it out. And then we got in trouble at school because like every school banned anybody saying fire, fire.
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that.
Fire.
Yep.
God, I remember my old PE coach had a real problem with Beavis and Butthead.
John?
Logue.
Because he looked like fucking Coach Buzzcut.
He did.
We called him Coach Buzzcut.
He was just like so fucking like uptight about it.
Yeah. Our old track coach, he was the head football coach. And so by extension, he got the track team in the off season too. And he was a great coach. He really was. And his heart was 100% in the right place. He was a really good guy. But he was a giant nerd. Giant nerd. And I say that with love and respect.
Yes, indeed.
Like if you were fucking off, coach would tell you, do not be a bad guy. You're like, okay.
Yep.
Hey,
God damn. Remember all that.
His song that he would get stuck in his head when we'd be going from one side of the field to the next, or from the track field to the locker room back in the school, he'd be whistling Jingle Bells and skipping.
Yep.
Could have been worse. Could have been Whistling Dixie.
Or do you remember we'd have to do certain drills singing the old Spider-Man theme tune?
Yes. I was okay with that relatively.
No, I was fine with that too. Everybody else was looking at me like, how the fuck do you know this song? I'm like, shut up.
Who doesn't? What's wrong with you?
Get some culture.
Yeah.
Well, the Ramones even redid it.
Your mama brought you up wrong.
Great fucking cover.
Yeah, Ramones doing a cover of Spider-Man is awesome.
Oh, dude.
I
the
love
Ramones
it.
Doing anything is awesome.
Yeah.
I want to say the Ramones doing that is probably my favorite version of it.
It is mine.
Frog Leap.
It is definitely
I didn't.
mine.
It was okay, but I didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
So. But let's see. We have another resurrection, a reboot, a legacy
Ooh.
sequel.
A
We
reboot
have
or rebut.
a reboob and butt.
Reboob and butt.
Buffa the Vampire Slayer is returning.
Oh no.
With a mini. We have a brand new actor playing, not playing Buffy, but there's going to be a new Slayer that Buffy is training. So Sarah is coming back. I want to say Sarah handpicked this actor and she introduced her live on the internet and showed a lot of faith in her. I am not a Buffy fan myself.
No,
my
me
wife
either.
is. I know a lot of people are Buffy fans. I'm not necessarily a Joss Whedon fan. That's part of my problem with it.
Yeah.
He insists upon himself. It's not the fact that he's an asshole necessarily. Granted, I cannot condone any of that shit, and I will not condone or support any of it. But the dude really does insist upon himself. Like it's good to know your value, but not tell everyone what your value is. We already know. We'll see it when it happens.
Well, he has like exceedingly high standards. It's crazy. He's a very good writer. Like, don't get me wrong. Buffy seasons 1 through 5 are actually really good. After that, when they go to the CW, or I'm sorry, UPN, when all that merger shit went down, I was like, what are you doing? You're involving now a sister that came out of nowhere after 5 years that nobody knew about. What the hell are we doing here? So the show really changed. Angel, I never even bothered with. And I've heard that show actually was pretty damn good. But where I found with Joss was Firefly was really good. They ain't going to reboot Firefly. They ain't going to reboot Angel. They're going to reboot Buffy without Joss. The dude who actually literally created this fucking story. Regardless of how you feel about him not even being remotely involved, like, just have him as a consultant. Don't even give him executive producer powers. Don't give him any like story room power. You don't have to do that. You absolutely should consult him. This was his fucking idea.
The only Buffy I'm watching is Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie with Paul Rubin in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Luke Perry. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Kirsten
Christy Swanson.
Thank you,
Kirsten
Christy Swanson.
Yeah,
I love her in the chase with Charlie
Sheen. Yeah, that was a great movie too. But
terrible movie, but I love it.
I could not get into this because I'm not a fan of Sarah Michelle Gellar.
She's
so
okay.
Scooby Doo was like the most I could deal with because of the kids. I mean,
I liked her in The Grudge.
I never saw that one.
Too. That was tough for me to watch.
I respect that. Well, I don't know if she'd ever been to Japan before. Like, they were trying to make the point where she was all alone and a complete sore thumb stuck out and everyone was staring at her and shit. Like, I don't know. Like, I respected the fact that they kill her in the first 5 minutes of the sequel and let Amber Tamblyn take over.
Yep.
And she was totally cool with it. She's like, all right, I'll do it. So she doesn't take herself that seriously. And I'm not a big fan of her movies necessarily, but I do like her and her old man. Like, I think they're pretty neat people. Like, they
Freddie
just do.
Prinze.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
They just do their own thing and it makes them happy. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Go them.
Hey, Freddie's a wrestling fan. So
yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I didn't dislike the era that he was helping writing. So
he, after 1 year, he was like, I'm out of here. Fuck you guys.
This shit is crazy.
Now, what I see with this picture initially, and color me wrong, but mark my words, this is Buffy's daughter.
That was my guess. I was going to go
Just
with
saying. So Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be the mom, and she's only going to be in like random episodes here and there. This girl's already going to be at college, and this is going to be a college era thing.
Mom, how do I deal with this?
Mom, I just got laid for the first time. Oh, dear God. Oh, I met my first kegger. Whoa, Mom, I met my first kegger.
Mom, why do vampires come around more when I have a heavy flow?
Exactly.
bear hunting.
We'll see what happens with this show. I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. Like, no, Joss, and I have a feeling like you're not even going to have the good dialogue. But I could be totally proven wrong. This could actually be all right.
I'm hoping that because Sarah's producing it, that will be handled with some care. At least the character will be handled with respect, I think. At least I hope. It would be like Kane Hodder saying, you know what? I'm going to do a Jason series. I won't be in it the whole time, but, you know, I'll put in my say-so or whatever. Kane Hodder would probably have some good advice or good consulting tips. And I hope Sarah does too.
Unless it comes to Freddy versus Jason.
Then he didn't think that was going to be a good movie, but Jason in Space was.
That came out first before Freddy versus Jason, though.
Yes, but we already saw what happened. But anyway, all right. You guys want to see a dead body?
Sure. Yeah. Throw me a ball.
This one's back to life too.
Nick Cage, brother. You're letting yourself go.
Boom! Step up to the mic. John Madden was not a sexy dude, and I bet he got laid a lot more than me. A lot more than me.
Well, more than the rest of us, honestly.
Speak for yourselves. my wife was trying to tempt me for the second time tonight. So she's like, do you really need to go on the podcast or can we go again?
Yeah. You're like, damn, baby.
What the hell are you doing here?
Okay.
Damn, keep the tiger down, bro.
Gotta save energy for tomorrow, you know.
Just saying.
Let's start 3 times on Sundays. So
the hell you on, bro?
That is my limit on schnitzel.
Coffee and Red Bull.
Coffee and Red Bull. Well, put John Mann on some Red Bull and watch what happens.
Oof.
He's going to circle pigeons on the football field when the game starts to suck.
That's fucking funny.
Well, Christian Bale is also playing Al Davis in this movie too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there is a picture out there, and they're both standing next to each other. Doesn't even freaking look like Christian Bale, like, at all. This movie actually might be really good, honestly.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I'm not a big sports fan, but I love the Madden football games because, especially when Madden used to do all the talking for the games.
And the Madden curse, fun. Baby, put him on the cover and injure him for the next season.
Yep,
so
that was crazy.
For me. It's kind of interesting for me. So one of the last radio stations I worked for was a sports station up in San Francisco. And they actually got the broadcasted the Raiders for a little while. Nice. So I remember when we made that announcement, you know, had a bunch of phone guests. I actually wound up talking to Ice-T on the phone for a little bit because he was a call-in guest about that because he had done a song about it. And but I mean, because I even remember when fucking Al Davis died, there was a whole, I mean, that weekend, you know, when I went in the following morning, I had to pull all kinds of just news clips about it for the next day.
Dang.
And I'm not a sports guy either, which made it weird for me to actually work at a sports talk station. But it was money.
Yeah.
It was money. But
go sports.
Yeah, yes. Our team's cool. Your team sucks.
Yeah.
Let's go Red Wings. Oh, wait, wrong sport.
Let's go Red Bull. I mean,
he was a Red Bull.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know who Halsey is.
Oh, she's a pretty amazing singer, actually. I know you probably know Amy Lee from Evanescence, but Halsey is, or Halsey, I hear it pronounced both ways. She's amazing. She's pretty good.
She is extremely pretty in that
leopard
top she's wearing. Yeah.
Dude, we're getting Ballerina in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going. I'm waiting for tickets to go on goddamn sale at Harkins Theater, you dumb fucks. Get it working.
I'm super excited. I love Amy Lee. Like, I love her solo stuff. I love Evanescence.
I like Evanescence.
Dude, she put out an album for her kid.
Yep.
And it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the songs on there were just like legitimately really good. She covers the Beatles. That was really awesome.
Mm-hmm. This song's pretty good too.
This one is?
Yeah. Because being a DJ.
Oh, you've heard this one already then. Okay.
Yeah, I get my music, like, it's crazy how the music industry is. I get songs anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks in advance before everybody else plays it. The radio station gets them the same
going
time.
For the glory hole. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, it's just the music company that I'm connected to.
I'm teasing.
Or subscribed to, I should say. So yeah, I saw, Halsey and Amy Lee, and I'm like, what? So I was like, all right, I'll check that out. And then I did not know it was connected to this. But yeah, it's been out for a while. Radio stations, they get their music, and then it takes them a couple weeks before they pop them out. But the crazy part is, how the hell do they know what everybody's going to like before?
They're conditioning everybody, bro.
Yes. Yeah. They're setting the trend. They're telling people what to like.
Yep. So that's what it is. It's like, it's crazy that I get this music and it's like the top hits, and it's like, okay, but nobody's going to hear it for another 2 weeks on the radio, if not 4 weeks. And then I've done it so many times. I'll put out a new song and people are like, oh, this is stupid. Switch next. And then 2 months later, like, oh, play that song. I'm like, you hated that song. But now
but I saw it in this movie and it was really cool.
Saw it in the movie, or heard it in the show, or I heard it on the radio.
I'm going night one to Ballerina. That's me.
I'm like,
I like these fucking John Wick movies.
I gotta work.
Part 4 is back on Peacock.
Ooh.
I still haven't gotten around to watching this show though.
Oh, the Continental?
Yep.
Oh, I gotta watch that too.
I want to watch it. I'm just like, I've heard kind of things. I need to see it on my own though. But
yeah, I don't necessarily want to see it, but
it was free.
It's got Mel in it. I kind of want to see it. So
it was free on Amazon for a while, but then tonight I was skipping through some stuff to see what to watch, and it's back to you have to pay to watch it. So I'll wait a little while and it'll be back to free again.
all right.
Amazon's famous for that.
Yes,
they
bitches.
are.
Bitches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bob, before we move on to the next headline, Skeeter, is this old school Evanescence kind of song, or is this more newer Evanescence
It's
kind of song?
more of her newer style, but she still has that power in her voice. So.
I just wanted to ask before we moved on. So
no problem.
she got it.
Yeah,
What else?
she's got game.
Oh, she did something else that was just like powerful as fuck. There was
Which time?
her cover of Zeppelin, California.
Going to California.
Yeah.
California knows how to party.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
In the
Going to California
city
with an aching
of
in my
LA.
heart.
Baby did a bad thing. That was a good cover.
Yep.
Been rocking.
All right. So
our singing game is bad. So let's talk about something.
Oh, mine's terrible.
Dude, I don't fucking say. I'm gonna
I
kill
can
her.
break
streak. Keep it.
glass.
Next story. Let's
Yeah.
go, Kevin. Jesus.
okay, so here's something that was born, died, came back,
Born again.
all in the same 24 hours. We got word that there was a new Darth Vader AI being put out for Fortnite. And everyone's like, what's this AI thing going to be able to do? And what we were told is it's not able to use romantic language. So it won't be fooling with people's emotions.
Sorry, Natalie. No romanticism for you, lady.
Yeah, no talk about younglings, so it won't be initiating any violence towards kids.
Wow.
No Order 66 unless it's cheeseburgers.
Correct. It will not tell you how to handle mental illness or pre-exhausting oneself early.
No, that'll be Thunderbolts. You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah. So that's like, wow, that's kind of cool. What can Lord Vader say then?
Yeah.
I am not your father.
And then I read from Physical Media Forever, it's only been 24 hours. AI Darth Vader is definitely getting removed soon. It says Fortnite added an AR Darth Vader using James Earl Jones's voice. You could talk to it through your mic. It's been out since this afternoon and has so far swore, said multiple slurs, threatened to kill someone in real life, said Pride Month is for the delusional.
Ooh.
Eliminated players on the same side as him for calling him daddy.
Wow. That's kind of funny.
Daddy.
Said Spanish is a language used by smugglers.
Holy shit.
Wow. Fucking program this thing.
No kid.
Ask someone if they like Chun-Li's ass.
Well,
I
blame
like
him there.
Chun-Li's ass.
Yeah, you can't blame him with that one.
Nope.
Made a tier list of races.
What the hell, bro?
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Shit.
Wow.
I don't know how much more I could take of that.
What the actual fuck?
Wow.
Damn, dude.
Jesus Christ.
This is brutal.
AI, the program and AI. Jeez.
Oh my god.
Was somebody just like having a really bad day? It's like, all right, I'm gonna fuck with all these little assholes now.
Yeah.
Here's
God,
your problem. It's
I'll
set
certainly
to
do
evil.
Jeez.
Oh god.
Oh my god. That's wild, dude.
How difficult is it to program just a basic Darth Vader?
Just tell him to say
very
evil shit. Like, come on, let's go.
Well, you know, you got a bunch of teenage little shits playing the game. You know, it probably drove the AI insane. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. You're all going down.
You'll never know the power of the dark side, you little bastard.
Dark side came through. Like full force.
Anyway, I can't. Okay, so
wow.
An update from a headline that we did last weekend. Katy Perry has gone on to do an interview with People magazine talking about what it is currently like being the most hated person on the internet. And I'm like, motherfucker, quit this delusional shit. You are not the fucking president. Jesus Christ.
It's pretty high up there.
Oh, damn. Nobody don't know Dick like Dick Van Dyke.
This is a real thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
They're real.
Dildo Derby.
There's two, like about an hour and another one 2 hours away from where I'm at.
Kevin, you might need to wash off the dildo before you use it the next time. Just saying.
And
the glory hall.
In the UP, they do it quite a lot. So
I have a curious notion. I'm gonna type something in real quick.
No, but the whole
You're gonna ride the rocket ship, baby.
Yeah. The Katy Perry thing was kind of interesting because Bezos is suing her for opening up the door before he could do his little theatrical bullshit. And now she's going to countersue him for making her look like a bad person.
Didn't need his help.
Yeah, man. Like everybody knows that you're like King Twat. Like nobody fucking likes you.
King Twat.
Funky
Oh,
Twat.
shit. Oh God.
Oh,
The dildo derby.
The other thing is you got to hold your breath.
Yeah.
Go, baby. Go, Black.
Go, bitch. Go.
Go, Black.
Go.
Come on.
Come on, Rabbit. Run, Rabbit, run.
Holy shit. Come on, Black. Let's go.
Oh, and Dolphin hits the nose.
Yep.
Yeah.
You ain't whack. You ain't whack.
You just got to hold your breath while you're there. So.
And let it right on up between the crack.
Yep. Hey, come on. I've hosted wood tick racing. So, I mean.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a little more painful, though.
No, it's weird. It's a weird
If
way
you're
of
the
doing
finish
it.
line.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think this is kind of cool. Other than the Silver
This
Surfer,
is
because I'm
shit, honestly, but
I like the Human Torch and I like Ben on the bottom, like with the fedora
Ben
on,
in the trench coat and the hat,
and Johnny on Fire. I really like.
What are they giving away with Sue Storm here?
Franklin.
Probably Franklin.
Yep. That's going to be so Franklin will be at least a toddler in this.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like usually that's how I remember him in the comic books, as being like 5 or 6 years old.
He's got to be close to what, 10 in the comics now?
He's been an adult, he's been a little kid.
Yeah.
It just really depends.
I'm never really sure where how things age-wise work with him and then with Valeria, with his sister.
Yeah, because they go back and forth through different realities in time, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do remember probably one of my favorite, I don't have it anymore, but it was a Superman Fantastic Four crossover when they were doing those like a lot in the 90s and early 2000s. And you had like Clark go over to the Marvel universe because he thought maybe Galactus had come over to the DC universe and been responsible for Krypton. Turns out he hadn't been, but Galactus turned Superman into one of his heralds, and then Franklin helped free him. And it was a good story.
I remember that now you're talking about.
Yeah, and
It's been a long time.
He was like 8 or 9, I want to say, in that.
Mm-hmm.
But God, that was a good. I mean, it was a huge fucking book. I don't mean it was thick. I mean, it was like bigger than magazine size.
Mm-hmm.
Like oversized, but it was a damn good story.
I dig
that. Was a good one.
I saw a Superman panel today. I don't know who he was flying or who he was talking to, but he was flying a little kid or something. And the kid asks, "Who was your favorite Robin?" And he says, "I like them all." And the kid says, "Come on." And Superman says real quiet, "The first one. He's a good friend of mine." And I couldn't help but scream, "Oh, Superman likes dick!"
So one of the things that they did, they actually had, because they aged up John Kent, which I still fucking hate. I loved him as a little kid when he had the interactions with Damian, but they did this other story, like Clark was leaving the planet for something, John was going to be taking over, and he had asked Nightwing to basically keep an eye on his kid for him.
Yeah. I think
so there's, and then also, I mean, the name Nightwing does come from Krypton. So
oh, that's right, doesn't it?
Yeah, because in the Silver Age, they did the Nightwing and Flamebird stories. It was Superman and Jimmy Olsen in the bottled city of Kandor doing their own Batman and Robin thing. And then after the Crisis reboots, Nightwing was the name of a Kryptonian folk hero.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Huh. Again, DC is going to fare better this year than Marvel will, I think. Maybe
not.
Well,
I want this movie to be good. I want to have a really good Fantastic Four movie, but the more I see of it, the more I think it's going to suck. Well, okay, I'm trying to be nice.
Sucks ass.
You're right, Gene.
I think it's going to be more of the same of what we've been seeing from Marvel for the last.
It's going to circle the drain worse than Fan Stick did.
Ooh. And those memes have been really popular lately, like annoyingly so. Anyway,
need
speaking
a
of which,
good
more of
hero.
the same crap. Here is some of that same crap. Captain America, which is already out on Blu-ray and 4K, is coming to streaming May 28th.
Yeah.
So if you're like me
Memorial
and
Day.
don't have the money to spend or don't want to spend that money, it will be coming to streaming. You will be able to watch it comfortably in your own home. Depending, I don't know what your comfort level is watching it, but I don't know. I kind of want to see it. I don't dislike Sam so much. Like I do want to see what's going on. I don't know. I'm exhausted with all this.
I'll watch it for you guys. It's on Disney Plus, and they've been advertising it for the last 2 weeks that it was coming out.
Yeah,
because I've been watching the second season of Andor. Oh, I don't recommend it.
Really?
What, Andor?
Imagine you're watching Star Wars, but they have TV crews like on that planet doing the news like everywhere. Like the whole show, they have people doing news in the background doing. It's like, when in the fuck has Star Wars ever have a news crew and people have TVs at home watching the news?
That never ever happened.
Never. And this is Andor, so that means it's supposed to be in, the original trilogies there, in between the first and second.
It's supposed to be like a few days, because I know Rogue One took place, a few days before Episode 4?
Yep. So, I mean, this is supposed to be after Episode 4 then, and really? Like, we never seen any but news crews or anything, so I'm kind of pissed about that. The story is like all over the fucking place, to be honest. I'm having a hard time watching it, and I gotta finish it, but I'm really struggling finishing it.
My mother-in-law liked it.
The second season?
First season?
The second season, yeah.
Oh, the first season I loved, but this one, there's too many flaws with it to me.
Is it officially done now?
Yeah,
I was waiting for it to be like fully like.
Yeah, I think this week was the final episode. Yeah, this was the final episode this week. So
okay, I thought I heard that on other streams, but I wasn't terribly paying attention because I was like working at the time when their streams were on. So I was like, "Oh, they're talking about a couple of I'm not really listening. I don't know." But I kind of like to make opinions on my own, so I'll probably check it out. But still, I heard like the episodes 7 through 9 were the best ones. It didn't maybe stick the landing, is what I understand.
So I mean, the storyline's interesting, but it kind of connects to the Star Wars universe. Yeah, they never mentioned Skywalker in it. They don't really talk about a lot of stuff that's going on.
Well, it's all Empire and
the Empire
stuff. It ain't Skywalker shit at all.
So that's kind of nice, but I don't know. Every time I see the news crews and they're always checking the news, and I'm like, this never ever happened ever. So that's what's bothering me the most about the show.
Okay,
we're trying to be relevant.
You think Disney would get something, right?
Disney don't get shit.
Not lately.
Well, most people do understand, like, at least with this season of Andor, it's still better than a lot of other shit than Lucasfilm has put out this entire Disney era. But it doesn't mean that it's better than Lucasfilm era. It just means this is the best that Disney has freaking put out.
Speaking of shit Disney putting out.
Oh, fuck this goddamn fucking show.
Okay, so the trailer finally came out for Ironheart this week.
You want us to play it?
Yeah, go ahead.
We don't have to.
We ought to.
Screen grab the Mephisto clip though.
That's cool because I have not seen that.
Let me see if I can get that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer.
You guys talk and I'll figure that out.
So what happened is James Gunn 2 weeks ago responded to somebody saying, No, dude, I haven't even put out this actual Superman trailer yet. Like what you saw was just a teaser. I haven't shown you the trailer. And he said July 11th, I'm going to put May, whatever it was the other day. He says, I'm going to put the trailer out day before yesterday. And Disney's like, oh, well, you know what? We're going to put Ironheart out too that day. We just hadn't mentioned it.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Because for weeks, like Megan from Vigilante Vibes has been saying, here's my day, or like we're on day 18 of promoting Ironheart because Marvel won't do it. Disney won't do it. They're not promoting this at all. There's been no pictures from it, no trailer, no posters. They released that all on Wednesday, like a big dump.
Oh,
the music is terrible. The score is terrible. The whole show looks fucking terrible. And Coogler on his little introduction to, hey, I'm an executive producer on this show, and I'm going to tell you how awesome Ironheart was and how successful her comic book was and how popular she was. From what I understand, her comic book series barely lasted 12 fucking issues before it was fucking canceled.
Yep.
Popular character? Fuck off, dude. Quit reading the script and cashing the checks from Disney. But those Disney checks, I gotta admit, they gotta be pretty sweet.
I bet.
The only reason I think they're doing this because they're doing the race chase, because yeah, she is a black character in a comic book. I have nothing against that at all.
No.
This show was completed over 2 years and 4 months ago.
Yep. But it's her comic book series. I tried reading them, and she always ended up dead. She'd die, and then there was a couple of other stories where she popped in to try to help out, and she ended up getting killed all the time.
So she like Eon Flux?
A little bit.
She just never survived because she'd like get close to the Iron Man level, but never made it, and she just had issues with her. Everything she worked on, it'd work great for a bit, then it'd break, and then here it's working again. So I'd say the only thing I seen her survive was they did What Ifs, the animated series, and the what's his name? The Observer. He was watching the Watcher. Yep. He was watching her, and he's like, "No, I'm not going to let her die this time." And he saves her, and it caused a big problem, like in the universe. So, but
God damn it, Uatu!
Her comic book series that I read was not that great. It didn't really pull me in. I just read it all the way through. But I just didn't like, oh man, this is awesome. No.
How does Ironheart get a goddamn show and Rhodey is sitting on the sidelines like, yo, you just canceled my fucking show? What the hell's going on with you all?
Don Cheadle costs twice as much.
Yep.
So
well, then bring back Terrence fucking Howard. Like, get off your ass. Come on. I know he's a nut, but like, let's go. He was Rhodey to begin with.
Yeah. And then you said Mephisto is the bad guy in this.
I got that ready.
Let me see.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life. Anyone who's ever accomplished.
Oh, okay. I mean,
that was at 23 like 2 years ago.
Jeez.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah,
that's right, everybody.
I remember.
Borat is Mephisto, and he's in this show, and they're wasting this fucking character in this throwaway fucking show.
He looks good.
This is what I was going to ask you guys tonight. Like, isn't Mephisto supposed to be one of the top 5 badasses in the MCU?
Yeah.
Like, tell me I'm fucking wrong.
Yeah,
he is one of the celestial supernatural characters. He is on tier with Thanos,
isn't he?
Yeah, because he came out first appeared in a Silver Surfer
Yeah, he's
if I
not
remember right, in
technically
the
Satan.
60s. No, but he's
they used him as a stand-in
he's
for
a
a little
demon.
while, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is their devil, but they had to be like, oh, actually, he's an alien, but an extra dimensional being, and he like gravitates towards being this devil because it scares people and makes him more powerful.
Oh,
Yep.
And
But he's
he,
been. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was about to say, and he retconned out Peter Parker and Mary Jane's marriage
Yep.
because their future daughter was going to defeat him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He was also in Ghost Rider a lot.
Yep.
Yep.
He wasn't
That
the
I
one
knew.
who Johnny Blaze sold his soul to, but I think he was connected more with Danny Ketch.
Yes.
With the
But
second
in
Ghost
the
Rider.
movie with Nick Cage, they used him for selling the soul.
Was that Spirit
Yeah.
of Vengeance for that one? The second one.
So
first one.
Yes, Spirit of Vengeance was the second one. Yeah.
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 All right.
Or that was a subtitle.
He was also the voice that convinced Norman Oswald to become the Green Goblin.
and
Norman
also Harry.
Osborn?
Yeah, and that too. Yep.
It was Harry as well.
Yep, Harry too.
Oh.
So
When did that happen? Was that in Brand New Day?
No, that's just
No,
how
that
it
was
been.
way back when.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I always
like
thought that was the
how it
Goblin
was.
formula.
Well, yeah, but the voice was whispering to him about the Goblin formula. So both of them. So that was Mephisto.
I did not know that.
Yep.
So they're wasting Mephisto on this fucking show.
They're wasting a powerhouse of a villain.
I don't understand why.
Who I don't recall her ever fighting.
Yeah, I was kind of racking my brains on that too. I don't know very much
I was
about
trying to
the
remember if he
character.
did kill her or not, but what I've looked at, I don't think so.
If she even puts up a fight against this guy, from what I understand, she's getting her ass kicked. She doesn't have anything that can handle Mephisto, from what I understand.
I don't think anybody but Doctor Strange at this point does.
Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, from what I understand, are the only two who can actually do anything with Mephisto.
Yes, because Doom practices the occult. That was that's what I was saying.
That's why. Yep.
I don't like the mix of the sci-fi tech with the supernatural. It doesn't fucking make sense. There's no comparison of power there.
That bothers me in a general sense, not even knowing these things.
Yeah.
I gotta double check, make sure if I'm right. No, she has never. It says here, no, in the current MCU community or continuity, there is no confirmed fight between Mephisto and Ironheart.
Oh fuck!
So why are you putting this in here?
They did this 3 years ago, dude.
Because
everybody's
everybody
trying to find
it.
a way of inserting Mephisto into the current MCU instead of, I don't know, waiting until there's a good story in a Doctor Strange movie where it would make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Well, there was a conversation at one point. Somebody brought this up, why wasn't Mephisto in the Agatha show?
Agatha, he was
way
name
more
dropped.
sense.
Yep.
He was name dropped in Agatha.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting for him to show up.
So did I.
The fact that he didn't was extremely disappointing.
Oh, that was the only thing about that show I didn't like.
And when you find out that it was Kang that was supposed to be at the end of the road instead of Mephisto, you were like,
yeah,
lame.
Lame.
Like they had a lame ending, but it was so much better than what it was originally supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like you find out Kang was at the end of he was the one that wrote the Darkhold. You're like, no,
that doesn't work.
Oh, and word from Marvel Studios is this is the worst show that they put out, period. Movie, TV show. This is the worst one yet.
And that's coming from cast members.
People who work there.
Yeah. This is from crew members from the show saying the
cast,
actors
crew executives, they're all saying this is bad.
Well, even the trailer, it kind of looked like a B style movie. Or,
yes.
It didn't.
But I want to be iconic.
The hood looked
Yeah.
very clean,
Yeah.
meticulous, almost the way Kilnaka looked camping
Mm.
in Acolyte.
Yeah.
Very prim, very clean.
This is the
Nice
Acolyte
and
from
ironed.
Marvel, everybody.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know.
Sacha Baron Cohen playing Mephisto, I could see
Not
that.
a bad choice.
No, that's not a bad choice at all.
Good choice there. It's just
His hair could have been longer, but it's all right. He looks good other than that.
so. But this girl playing Ironheart, I don't know what she's from. Did anybody else know where she's from?
Wakanda
Nope,
forever.
They missed her shot too
Mm.
long ago, and she already looks like 10 times older.
Yeah.
Kids.
And it's
they
Ryan
grow so
Coogler.
fast.
And if you catch his little making of, like, little intro to everything, he's like reading off a goddamn script. He's literally saying Ironheart was a popular character. Like, everybody I know who's even looked at these comics has said this shit was over within 12 issues. She was not that popular. It got canceled, and she's been a bit part in anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they introduced her as a replacement for Tony Stark, that didn't go over well at all.
And they're ignoring that apparently in this show. Like, there is no Tony Stewart, Tony Stark, like, at all.
Really?
Yep, they've completely dissociated from that being a thing.
Wow. All right.
I'm trying to remember if that's how her comics ran or not.
Well,
she was supposed to be
so long ago.
She was introduced in Iron Man. It was when they had killed Tony off or made him like brain dead or something.
Oh yeah.
And then she started, using his suits.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And then was like developing her own.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't even know how her character was originally introduced. So, because I was talking to Gina and I were talking about this today. The whole Ironheart thing, and when they entered, like back in the was it the 70s or the 80s when Rhodey put on the Iron Man suit originally, because he was Iron Man before he was War Machine.
Yep.
But he had been a pre-established character. You knew who James Rhodes was, so it made sense.
He was Iron Man during Demon in a Bottle, wasn't he?
Yeah, after Demon in a Bottle.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Tony stopped wearing the suit, is because of the alcoholism. But again, bringing Rhodey in, putting him in the Iron Man suit, it made sense.
Yeah.
Bringing in some brainiac kid who can out Tony Stark just didn't work.
No.
Because I think that's originally what her concept was. It's like, oh, she's like Tony Stark, but better. And no, just let her be her own thing.
Yeah.
No, she was able to
question. Pepper Potts, doesn't she become something in an iron suit? I don't know.
Rescue.
Okay.
And they did do that with her in Endgame.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's right. It's been a while since I've watched that one.
No, with Ironheart, she was able to think up of really cool inventions, but they didn't work well. That's all I can remember is she'd like think beyond what Tony would think, and it just didn't work for her. She had like the right ideas, but it just wouldn't work right.
Damn.
So
Girl, go get some meatballs and some like 40s. You might figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, well. The thing that got me that was worth noting is, again, this came out as the same day as Superman released their trailer. Superman on that day had double the amount of views by lunchtime. And this Ironheart had 50% more dislikes than it had likes.
I think it's now closer to 60% dislikes.
Yeah.
Since your last check.
That sucks. Like they are going to release this show. They're going to drop the first 3 or 4 episodes instead of the first 2.
3.
And they are they're going to dump through this as quickly as they can. They want to get this out and to forget about it. This is not going to be, she's not coming back in Doomsday. She's not coming back in Secret Wars. This is not going to have anything to do with anything else.
That's really bad if you're
They
dumping 3
tried
episodes right away.
very hard to cancel this show. They literally can't because of contracts and things like that.
Womp womp.
I mean, you thought Echo might have been bad. This is supposedly the worst thing they have put out, and even Marvel knows it. And they're like, "Hey, we still got Wonder Man coming up, everybody."
Yeah.
Yay!
That's supposed to
Simon.
be kind of actually funny more than anything, not an actual serious attempt at Wonder Man. It's just a comic. It's a comedy show.
You want to make a good action hero show? Make the movie The Ambiguous Gay Duo.
Yes.
Oh, Batman and Robin from '66. Gotcha.
No,
I
no.
I love
Cartoon
Ace
Fun
and
House.
Gary.
Yep. Jason Gary.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, I
I'd
got
love to see
Cartoon
that.
Fun House.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, hopefully Ironheart goes away. Like I said, it's going to go quick, and we won't have to see anything from Ironheart ever again.
Like a fart in church.
Yep.
Sadly, I'll watch that.
So
just for you guys, I'll watch it.
Oh, Skeeter. Don't.
You know I
Dude,
watch
you
the
don't have
worst
to.
of the worst.
I will. I'll do the same thing just so I could talk about it with Steve.
Yeah.
God.
Train
You're
wreck.
brave men. You're very
Yeah.
brave men.
Very brave. Chad and I will be like, no, what? We're
Nope.
good. We're good.
We're good.
I'm out.
Not wasting my time.
Gene too. Howard,
Save what little
Howard
bit
and
of our
Gene and
sanity
Chad.
is left.
Yes, the same trio over here.
No, I just don't want to waste my time.
Bingo.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of it.
Yeah, it's a waste
what
of time.
little
but
time
at
we
the same
got on this
time-
planet, I ain't gonna waste it on fucking Ironheart.
I
It's
could
a
be
waste
watching
of
my
time.
dick get small.
Yeah, I could be cleaning my dick and it accidentally goes out.
We'll ask your wife tomorrow about that,
Yeah.
Skeeter.
Let's keep her going. It's getting late, boys.
Yep. So again, we won't have to see much from Ironheart until Daredevil season 2. We'll just skip right over that. So one of the directors from Ironheart is going to direct a couple episodes from Daredevil, not the showrunner. Don't worry about it. It's just one director going from one show to the next. This, I imagine, has something to do with a contract, and they're just like, hey, yeah, you want to do more? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe she did really well. D'Onofrio and Cox both said nice things about her, so hopefully that worked out well, and it wasn't just a contractual thing for them to say.
So D'Onofrio's Cox said something nice about her. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yep. And then also with Daredevil, Matt Lillard confirmed that he does have a small role, and he's hoping it kind of snowballs into something bigger come season 3.
Dude, good for him, honestly.
Good on him.
Yeah.
I've always liked him as an actor, so it's good to see.
Fuck yes, dude. I will watch anything he's in, even Scream. Like, I won't watch the rest of them, but I'll watch the one he's in.
Looks like he's a gingerbread man.
That's from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, what?
Spoiler, everyone. Sorry. And then Wonder Man is going to be 8 episodes at 30 minutes long.
22 with credits and everything included.
Yeah.
So.
Why are they using the font from the Wonder Years?
Years, yeah.
I don't know, but I don't like Wonder Man in general. I've never been a fan of him.
The best thing that ever happened to him is when he became the mental template for Vision.
Yeah.
Is that what they did, or is that how they got?
That was part of Vision's origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that had more to do with Hank than anything else.
No,
or they took the brainwaves from Hank.
No,
not
from
Ultron?
Vision. Ultron, yes. Vision, no.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Interesting. And then Grim Reaper was his brother. That part I really liked.
Yeah.
So, but otherwise, no, I was never a fan of Simon.
No, me either.
This was another character. You're wondering why Wonder Man. I mean,
I wonder why Hawkeye, but you know, they made Hawkeye a bit cooler in the movies than he did the comics, so that worked out pretty well. And they've done a fairly good job of that with the characters that they have brought on into the MCU. The ones that were dumb that they bring in, they make them a little bit better. And if they're super dumb, then they put them on She-Hulk and make it work.
Yeah.
Like Leapfrog.
Yeah.
So, brand new day, Spider-Man 4, rumor-wise, is not going to be a multiverse film anymore. Sony originally wanted it to be another multiverse film like the last one, so they could bring in Andrew and Tobey. And we're hearing that's not going to be the case anymore. Like,
it shouldn't be. I mean, that was good for one movie, but you don't want to turn that into an every film gimmick.
Yeah, no, that's going to ruin it.
Exactly.
That's what they've done to Spider-Man in the last 20 years is they have convoluted it so fucking much and made so many different Spider-Men that Peter Parker doesn't matter anymore. Like,
no, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into that Spider-Man type stuff. So keep it Peter Parker. Keep the multiverse shit out of it. Nobody's really digging on the multiverse. I'm sorry. They're really not.
Bad call. Never should have done it.
All multiverse is a way to retcon shit that they can't do anymore or don't want to do anymore. Oh, and it's part of the multiverse.
Well, hey, that's how they reconciled the Golden Age Flash and the Silver Age Flash originally.
But remember, Crisis was never fucking popular. People hated it when it came out. They fucking hated Crisis. It was a joke for fucking 10 years until 0 Hour came out. And they're like, well, yeah, we need to do this again. So we'll try that Crisis thing again.
And then in the early 2000s, they did it again.
Yeah. And then they started insisting upon itself.
Yeah. I mean, Crisis has become like ubiquitous. It's like every 10 years or so. Oh, it's another Crisis. Because they can't fucking figure anything else out to do.
It's a money grab.
Right. That's
and it's
what
not
it
a
is.
good money grab.
And they can't get any evolution to their character. They have artists and writers that come in that want to do things their way and not the way that shit's been previously done. So they're like, oh, well, we'll just redefine the character then. All right, whatever.
She just kicked us all out.
Wow, thanks, Kevin.
Whoa, where are we?
I didn't do that. What the hell?
I don't know. Oh, there we are.
I'm producing back here, and all of a sudden, Kevin's full screen. I'm like, bro, if you really want to take over this show and show everybody your glory hole, this is what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah, they're rebooting Spider-Man. Don't do the fucking origin story either. We've heard
what they should do is just Spider-Man Noir.
I was gonna say, 2025 Noir.
And I didn't even know this was the next slide on Kevin's PDF.
Spider Pig. Peter Parker.
Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does.
I like Spider-Ham.
Or Spider-Ham, that's what it was. Yeah.
When
Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham.
Yep.
When the What If series came out and it had nothing to do with Spider-Ham or Forbush Man, I was like, fuck it, this is out. This is not what I want to watch. I'm like,
Kevin and all about the bush.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Speaking of bush, you want to see a shaved one?
No, dude.
Wow.
On the stream.
Wow.
RDJ shaving his pits to play Dr. Doom. And the cool thing is they've got fucking like ventilation shafts for him there too. That's super awesome.
Have you guys seen the Spider-Man Noir trailer, by the way?
Yes.
No, I haven't yet.
It's 30 seconds long. I can play it like really quick if you'd like.
I like how Robert Downey Jr. is reading.
Please.
All right. I'm going to share it. And then we're going to go. And then we'll move on. I know we're getting late, but there's just a couple of trailers that are interesting. And this is actually really good. And I'm
digging it.
I am very on board for this. I'm a Nick Cage Shadow fan, Phantom fan, Pulp fan. This feels perfect. And Nick Cage is a known Spider-Man super nut.
Yeah. Between that and Superman.
Wasn't that particular variant introduced in a video game?
Was it either
there
the
was
game or
was
Into the
not.
Spider-Verse?
no,
It
there was
was
a game that came before Into the
Yeah.
Spider-Verse, and they had
Shattered.
The Spider-Verse.
Oh, was that
Shattered
Shattered
Dimensions.
Dimensions?
Shattered Dimension. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shattered Dimensions. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. That was the first
Yeah.
time that they'd had him on any other form of media outside of the comic book. Yes. And then they put him in the animated movie, and then now this.
Yep.
So, and it was Nick Cage in the animated movie.
Yes.
Yep.
Like animated movie, Into the Spider-Verse, whatever.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah.
We know.
So, and then the last bit of news that I have for you guys, Jeff, and you could take it away after that, and we'll all go to bed.
Yeah.
They pushed back the Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem sequel back a whole year. So we will not be seeing it next year. We're going to be seeing it in 2027. And we'll end up having a season 2 of their animated TV series at that point, if not season 3.
Wow.
I guess we'll see about that. I never really tuned into that like at all. So
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
not the
any
Mayo.
of those.
No.
well, that being said, I just got a couple quick things for Twitter bookmarks. And there's just one last trailer that's about a minute long. Skeeter, I don't think we did this a couple weeks ago. It's a Squid Game trailer.
Oh. Ooh.
Zoe will be excited.
Know that there was one?
I think I've seen this trailer. Maybe.
You mean the one from literally like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Did we do this already then? Before I play this, like, did we do this already?
I don't think so.
All right, we'll do this quick, and then
They showed the table. And did you see how many people are at the table?
not too many.
5.
Yep.
And the original series, there was 3. So it's kind of, I didn't like that they kind of gave that away. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, some of their trailers could be a little strange. Like, what are you doing? You could have kept a couple things closer to the chest. There may be more bigger revelations and twists that we don't know. That is minuscule by comparison. So maybe this is a little red herring that they're throwing at us.
So I'm kind of wondering too. But I like that they got the coin operation with the ball. That is huge in Japan. Those coin operated machines. That's huge.
I think they're called gotchas.
But
I don't know.
I think that's what they're called. Gotchas.
Yeah, something like, or if that's not it, it's something really close to it. So, yeah, I've only heard the term a couple of times. So,
yeah, I don't know.
The only reason I know is Fawn.
But no, we're going to be getting that coming up at kind of around 4th of July weekend, everybody. And around that time, we're also going to be doing Predator for our 4th of July celebration movie. So on about July 1st, you might want to tune in. We got a big panel of guests showing up. We're going to have a good fucking time. And it's not going to be a normal, we're done in 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It's going to be a long panel. It's going to be a good night. So it's time to party on 4th of July with 0 Point Reviews with Predator. That being said, quick hits on basically Twitter here with some bookmarks because there's some fun things. Then we're going to sign on out, let everybody go to bed because Skeeter looks like he's about ready to be like, I need my weed and I need my drink right now.
Yeah, I'm going to skip that. Just go straight to bed.
Get a goddamn drink, go straight to bed. Okay, Tom Cruise reveals that he has seen Ballerina, John Wick movie from earlier in the stream. I saw this movie. It just kicks ass. It's right in that tone. It's right in that work world. You're gonna love it. And when he says something like this, yes, he's kind of a movie nut. He's a shill a little bit, but he ain't lying. Most of the times when he says this is actually a good movie, it's usually a damn good movie. So I'm expecting at least a fun movie here. John Wick's back. We're getting John Wick 5 and we're going to get Kane. I think this is pretty exciting that even Tom Cruise is like, you know what? My Mission Impossible franchise is ending, but John Wick is about to coast off into the sunset as well with the next few movies and spinoffs. I'm on board with Donnie Yen as Kane. I'm on board with Ballerina. Hope they end up being good. This was supposed to come out last year, but what happened was Keanu and the original director and writer Christopher, they pulled back the movie when they saw the final cut. They're like, there's things about this that don't work. We need to fix this. That's why they moved The Crow to this last year, and they pushed this back so they could fix things. The fact that they listened to their own selves and were like, you know what? We want to make sure this movie is actually good. We're not just going to churn a goddamn movie out to make money. We want to give you a fun movie. I think this is going to be all right. So I'm going to be there day one. And Henry Cavill's Highlander has moved from Lionsgate, fuck you, Lionsgate, to Amazon because Lionsgate was worried about the budget and narrow appeal and Henry Cavill's box office track record. I wouldn't blame that on Henry. I'd blame that on Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder Bros, that's on you. That's on you.
Join in.
That's on you.
It's because you guys
is
review
not the
bombed
problem
him.
with those fucking movies. Period. End of story.
No.
He's a great goddamn Superman, and I think he's going to be a good Connor McLeod. But let's be real, all of the Highlander movies and even the TV show, they don't compare to the original movie. They just
No,
they
they
not even
don't.
nothing can. Nothing can.
I liked Highlander the Raven because it did something completely different. Completely different.
Yeah, that one was fun.
That was all right. And
Raven.
that was a canceled show after one season. And I'm like, I didn't even like the original show, yet I watched it. And it was like, it's all right.
And
I watched
never
Highlander the
really-
Raven, and I'm like, that's actually pretty good. That's actually different.
I never liked Duncan MacLeod as a character.
That's
He was okay.
my
but
comment as well.
Yeah, he was okay, but not
Good actor.
something. Yeah.
I mean,
it didn't work for me.
I mean, the only reason I watched the pilot episode is because you had Christopher Lambert on.
Yep.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Connor McLeod was in the trailer, or not the
It's
trailer,
the
the
last
pilot.
TV episode he ever did.
Interesting.
And then
And
they
he
got
didn't
together.
even want to do that. They had to pay him for it.
I remember they did the movie together. There was a
Yep.
movie where,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, the final
God.
movie. That was like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, still not as bad as 2. So
Really?
We don't talk about
Which
that
version of
movie. It
part
doesn't.
2?
There was never a
Never.
Highlander 2.
There
Never
was no
See?
sequels after
Nope.
that.
Nope. It was
And to
just
be
that
honest,
first one.
The Final
They left it
Dimension
be.
is what got me interested in Highlander to begin with. Then I went back and watched the original and the first two, and I'm like, oh damn. It was bad. It was not good.
I got both swords, Duncan's, or from the movie and the TV show. I got
Nice.
both swords on my wall.
Cool.
That's awesome. I'm a sword nut. I need to get
Yeah.
one of them, but I've never been able to pull the trigger on it.
Yeah, one's just a long nosed dragon, the other one's a short nosed dragon. So
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
And what's making the rounds? Also lately, according to Noah
Yeah.
Hawley, Alien Earth will be premiering August 12th on Hulu. Follows a group who make a fateful discovery when exploring a crashed space vessel set 2 years before the original Alien film. I'm going to watch this, but I have no expectations about this fucking shit.
I'm going in with half expectation.
Also 8 episodes, I think, 8 or 13, and 45 minutes each.
I thought it was
Yeah.
about 9.
Was it?
I'm gonna go into this expecting it to suck.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be good to you.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be its own thing.
Yeah, I'm going in like I don't know what we're getting
Yeah.
here. Honestly, like this could be Alien versus Predator. It could be Alien Covenant. It could be Prometheus. For all I know, I don't fucking care. As far as I'm concerned, Alien 1 and 2 are the only damn worth movies worth watching.
Yes.
I like Alien 3, the assembly cut. I know a lot of people don't agree, but that's a me thing. Alien 1 and 2 are clearly the best movies of the franchise.
Mhm.
Period.
They. Yeah.
It's
Without
not
a
even
doubt.
close.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And some of the
And it-
video games.
Oh,
Isolation.
Alien Isolation as a video game is fucking great, bro. I like that game, and Colonial
Yeah,
Marines is pretty
Marine.
damn good.
Yeah.
And a thing for Stargate on Thursday, because we do Stargate Files every Thursday. Sci-Fi World Museum on Twitter has a question out for everybody. Is the Stargate something you would care about seeing in our museum? Which means they have a line on maybe getting the original Stargate in their museum from the TV show.
Cool.
Which would be awesome. Train to Busan director Yan Sang-ho is currently in production on Colony. A biotechnology conference descends into chaos when a rapidly mutating virus transformed the infected, forcing authorities to seal off the facility with survivors trapped inside.
Cool.
Quarantine / Korean style? Train to
Resident
Busan
Evil
director?
Korean style?
Dude,
I am in.
that sounds badass.
Yeah.
This works for me.
Yeah.
I dig it.
And ignore that. That's for something else.
Uh-huh.
And we already did Squid Game trailer, so we can stop sharing there. That's all I got for quick hits on Twitter bookmarks on some fun things and some things that have been out for a couple weeks. But I know Skeeter and I like Squid Game, and Alice in Borderland has been scheduled for this year.
But no date?
It'll be fall. It'll be September / October. They're going to wait
figured
about 3 months after Squid Game.
I was
So
going to say
Squid
they'll
Game
wait
is
after
like
Squid Games.
July 1st. So assume about end of September, beginning of October.
Yeah, I'm excited
And
for that.
Joker card, baby.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Joker.
Dude, if you watch the show, you might be like, fucking Joker. Then you end up seeing the final episode of the second season. You could be like, oh
shit.
Shit. We ain't done yet. It's just getting interesting because there's only one card left. All right. That being said, thank you everybody for tuning in to Deadwire Live. Chad, Skeeter, we're going to go through Chad first. Let everybody know where they can find you at. What you got coming up next? If you have something coming up for you.
Work. That's also where you can find me at work.
Let's get you a vacation for a month. Come on.
God, I need it. But if you want
about
to see what's going on with me on social media, Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram, I am at Mr. Peterman. And god damn, it took me longer to figure that out than it should have tonight.
Long work week.
Skeeter, what about you, brother?
You can find me still every Thursday on the Stargate Files with Jeff. Next weekend I'll be gone from Deadwire, but I'll be back to following, and then I'll be on my wedding season full bore, so you guys won't see me for a while unless you're watching me on the Stargate Files. Otherwise, you can find me anywhere on social media for Skeeter on Sound DJ. Well, it's just Skeeter on Sound, but for my DJ service. If you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, Skeeter the Comic King, or Super Unlucky Skeeter the Comic King on YouTube. You can watch me open up Yu-Gi-Oh packs.
Kevin.
I am always here at the Suns and Shadows Facebook page. At the Facebook page. We are at the Facebook page all the time, as a matter of fact. YouTube channel. Fuck
Is that
yeah.
where the glory hole is?
Yeah.
Too many blows to the head.
Group, kids. I'm fucking tired. You fell asleep during the show last night with your eyes open. Shut up.
Or for a dude who needs to go to the glory hole and take a leak, you might as well do the same thing at the same time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Deadwire Live every Saturday night here at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification. Make sure you stay tuned to all of our video content. We got some fun things in store. It's going to be a hell of a fun summer. We'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Come try it.
It started